Hello everyone, welcome back. In this presentation, we are going to focus on alias in SQL. While waiting, let's directly step into the topic of the day, the alias in SQL. What is this alias? It is assigning a temporary name. To whom we are going to assign a temporary name? Is it going to be for a table or a row or a column? Obviously, we are going to assign the temporary name for a column or a table. You know why? Because already a table will have a name and a column will have a name, but there will be no rows with a name. And that's why this alias is applicable to either a table or a column. Now, what's the use of assigning a temporary name? Do we really have any significance of assigning a temporary name to a column or a table? Yes, we do. We have some advantages of assigning temporary names to the column or a table. At the same time, the original name will not be modified because the name itself tells that it is a temporary name. So obviously, the actual name will not be modified on any account. And what are all the advantages of having alias in SQL? To be precise, assigning a temporary name to a column or a table, it increases the readability. Say you are working on the DBMS and you have an intermediary result. The intermediary result is a table. In such a case, you need to assign some name to that table in order to know about this, or even you can document it so that when the next developer comes, he can see what is actually happening with the query. Anyway, don't worry about the advantages. When we see some examples, at that time you will understand the real functionality and the benefits of having alias in SQL. And the next question that will come into your mind is there any keyword for this alias in SQL? Yes, the keyword for assigning a temporary name is as. And this keyword is optional in some cases. It means you can directly assign the temporary name without the keyword as, and there are some instances where this keyword is mandatory. I'll tell you one example now. Say in this example, let's say there is a column first name in the table. We also have another column last name in the table. So the table contains first name as one of the columns and last name as another column. Let's say we are retrieving the data from the table and we want to concatenate the first name and the last name in the intermediary table or in the result table. In that case, first name is concatenated with last name, which is actually the full name, isn't it? So when we concatenate first name with the last name, there will be no column names in the result or the output table. So when we concatenate the first name with the last name, and the resultant table will have a column as full name when we assign an alias or a temporary name to the output table's column. I hope now you can understand the advantage of having alias in SQL. And another important advantage of having alias is this alias is useful when we use join and aggregate functions. No worries, when we see joins elaborately, at the time I will explain you the significance of having alias in our queries. We have seen the basics about alias. Now let's focus our attention towards some examples. Before stepping into the examples, please be noted that this alias is for column names or table names. And this is a temporary name and that exists only during the lifetime of the query. Let's start the example with the syntax. The syntax for using alias is select column 1 as alias name. Can you see here? This is the select query and we select columns here, right? And we give column names here. Here I am retrieving only column 1 and I am giving a temporary name with the keyword as, and the temporary name is referred as the alias name, and this is also user defined. We can give any name whatever we wanted to give. From table name. This is the general syntax of select, right? Select columns from table name, but here column name as alias name from table name. And this table name as alias name, it means I'm creating an alias for a column as well as for a table. So here this is the alias for the table name and this is the alias for the column, and we may also give some conditions. And this is just the syntax. So the output of this query will be some table, and that table will have the column name with the alias name, which is the temporary name, and the table name will also have an alias name, which is also a temporary name. Let's see the example now. In this example, can you see select ID, name, and city? So I'm going to retrieve 3 columns, ID, name, city, from student table as ST. Can you see here? This is the alias for the table name, student, and the alias name is ST. So the output table is going to be containing ID, name, and city with the condition to be satisfied is age greater than 18. So the output table will be named as ST, which is the temporary name, which is the alias name to be precise. Let's focus on the real-time example. Let's take the employee table, and here is the query. Select first name, and I'm using the concatenation operator, that is double pipe symbol, last name from employee. So what do you mean by this? I'm going to select first name as well as last name, and I'm concatenating these two columns in the output table, and the output table will have only one column, which is the concatenated output of the first name and the last name from this table employee. And where is the alias? We have not mentioned the alias, so the output will be obviously only one column, and this column will be containing no name because I have not mentioned any alias name or temporary name here, and this will be the concatenated output. Can you see here the first name is this, the last name is this, and this is the concatenated output. For example, John is the first name, Abraham is the last name. So the output contains John Abraham without space. And the second row contains Robin Singh without space. And this is applicable for the rest of the rows. Now, if you note here, we have not given the alias name as well as the output is not readable because there is no space between the first name and the last name. Before stepping into the alias, we will see how to give a space between the first name and the last name. So it's so simple. The same employee table. The query is bit modified here. So we are going to select the first name concatenated with a space in single quotes concatenated with last name from employee. And when you use like this, then the output will be obviously first name with the space last name. And again, there is no name because we have not mentioned the alias. Please be noted that this concatenation operator varies from software to software. Some softwares will use plus, some softwares will use pipe symbol. So before using the query, please confirm which software you are using and what's the exact concatenation operator that particular software tool supports. Now let's see alias on the column. The same table, the same query, but with a small modification. The first name is concatenated with the last name with a space in between as full name from employee table. So the output previously had the column without any name, but now we will see the column is full name, and this is the alias name which we are getting for the output table. I hope things are clear to you. Now let's see another example. The same employee table, but the query is select average of salary from employee. Now we are going to select the average salary from which table? Employee table. It means there is a column called salary in the employee table. Of course, we do have. And what's the output of this query? The output of this query is going to be the average value of which column? The salary column. So the average of these values will be the output for this query, and the value is going to be 45,000. The output we received is 45,000, which is actually the average of the salary. But what's the name of the output? It's no name, right? So how to create a temporary name? The same employee table, the same query, but with a small modification. I'm introducing average salary as avg underscore sal from employee, and the output will be actually the same output, but the column name will be avg underscore sal. I hope you can recollect this. When I was explaining the basics of alias, I told you alias is really handy when we use join and aggregate functions. So in this example, we have used the aggregate functions. And coming to the next example, the same employee table, and the query is select ID, name, department from employee table. So this employee table contains 5 attributes or columns: ID, name, department, salary, and city. And I'm going to retrieve only 3 columns: ID, name, and department. So obviously the output is going to contain only these 3 columns: ID, name, and department. Now where is the alias? Just we will modify the query now. The same employee table, the same query, but the alias is I'm going to assign a temporary name to the table, which is emp underscore temp. And the output for this table is going to be the 3 columns: ID, name, and department from which table? The employee table. And this new table is renamed as what? Emp underscore temp. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys have understood the topic alias in SQL. I hope now you know how to rename a column and a table. I'll see you in the next presentation, and thank you for watching.